Well, the Hope Conference takes place every 2 years in New York City, and this year the theme was pretty much travel and security. We had passports that we made up, and we encouraged people to go and get them stamped with various visas. So I have a press visa, I have a speaker visa, and various other things. Club Mate, people would buy our energy drink here, and we get a stamp every time. But mostly it's about the hacker world and technology and questioning authority and playing around with all kinds of computers and phone systems and you name it. It's what we've been doing since 1994, and we had a record crowd this year. We had more talks than ever before, more projects than ever before, and it just keeps growing year after year. We like to make it different too every year. So in 2014, it's going to look completely different.
The theme of this year was also a reference of the TSA work that is
yeah, it was,
controversial.
The theme was travel, security. The TSA was definitely in there. We had Department of Hopeland Security, not Homeland, Hopeland, and we had a bit of fun with that, where we assisted people show us their documents and make them go through security procedures, sometimes ridiculous ones, kind of like real life.
And how dangerous metadata is to monitoring the entire population. As I've said before in different forums, the KGB, the Stasi, and the Gestapo could never have dreamt of having anything as great or as comprehensive as this capacity to monitor the population. Their primary focus, they tried to get information about their population so they could control it, and that's fundamentally what dictatorships and totalitarian systems do around the world. And that, unfortunately, is the way our government is going. And so I'll try to define what that's all about, the technology behind that, and what they're asking now in the future. And they're spending hundreds of millions to do that a year here.
What we do, basically, I think, is hack into mainstream journalism. We work with mainstream journalists, essentially. Maybe it's social engineering. But with their accord, sort of. We give them, most of them, we give an excuse to cover important issues that they wouldn't otherwise cover. Issues that are desperately important to get attention for, like the one that Emmanuel mentioned, but we work with them by giving them funny jokes to cover instead of the important issue, because they can't cover the important issue just because it's important. 20th anniversary of the Bhopal catastrophe, biggest industrial disaster, nobody ever compensated for it, site not cleaned up, not important, but fake appearance on the BBC by somebody purporting to be from the company that did that, that's important. It's weird, but that's the way it works.
I think this conference, more than any, we've seen the growth of the community. We've seen a lot of talks given on social issues, political issues, the changing of society, a lot of idealism that wasn't so present in the early days, where people were pretty much just interested in playing with technology and being a bit mischievous. That's still there, and that always will be there. It's a very important part of what we do. But we're also thinking the bigger picture now. Hey, we can change the world. That comes about because people are growing up, they're starting their own companies, they're inventing things, and they're making the world a very different place. And I think when people realize they've got that power, they start thinking about it more, and they want to do more. And so you have, I think in a lot of the companies we've seen pop up, you see more idealism. You see people actually standing up for social causes. So we're growing, the corporate world is growing too in a different way, and interesting times lie ahead.